Okay folks, so here it is at long last, the GoPro Hero 4, which I've been waiting for, anticipating quite a great bit. Been a whole lot of hype about it. And I'm going to do an unboxing, but I'm also going to jump straight into some testing to see if all the hype is what it is reported to be. So what do I have here on my table? These are some things we're going to go outside. As soon as I get through the unboxing, I'm going to fill up some water balloons here. We can see these little guys here. And we're going to shoot these with a pellet gun. 120 frames per second, 1080p. So we're going to see what we can slow down with some water balloons. Also here I have this awesome cherry tone drum, which is pretty awesome. And we'll play some rhythms and stuff on that because we've got to test the audio right on the new GoPro Hero 4 because it's supposed to be so much better than it was before, better resolution. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing. For those of you who are old GoPro hands, you know, not a big deal. It's just a little tricky the first time. You have to pull little plastic tabs and stuff off. Of course, I don't know, it always takes a little bit of figuring out. So I'm going to do a little bit of figuring out here. I got me a knife, which I will use to cut the little plastic tabs. And if this GoPro sucks, and it's the knife that I will kill myself with. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. So here we go. We got all kinds of little sticky things here. Unboxing a GoPro is always a weird little prospect here. So those of you, again, are old hands, you know what to expect. It comes with this kind of thing over it, and then you got this, and you got little tabs to pull all the way around. Plastic, they always package them up really nicely. I'll put this plastic over here. There we go, the top came off real easy this time. They're always attached via one of these little guys, right? This is the little GoPro knob, screw, thumb screw thing. So I'm going to go ahead and just try to unscrew this. And boy, this one is on there tight. It has a little thing that says remove here on the back. Maybe I should remove that first, right? The first time you get a GoPro of any sort, you wonder, should I keep any of this stuff? This plastic thing that it comes mounted to. The thing I try to keep, I don't, you know, you can keep the little mount plastic thing that's right here on it. But the number one thing that I think is worth keeping is the little bitty bolt that's right here. This little bolt, because these little bolts, these little nuts that come on the end of it are kind of proprietary. You can't just go buy them at a hardware store. So I keep those because they go missing out of some of the mounts and stuff that they give you, the little stuff. So of course this thing, this thumb screw, is certainly worth keeping. You want to hang on to that for sure. So here we go. We can pull this loose. And so yeah, this is just mounted to the packaging. But that, as I say again, this little screw, this little nut right here, can be a handy something. Some people might take this top and make something out of it. I don't know. But I do like to pull those little nuts out and keep those separate. So when it comes out, looks like you got all kinds of stuff getting started with the GoPro Hero 4 Black. You got all kind of little decals so you can mark it for them. Like I'm not doing, we aren't all doing that enough. But you know, they're a great product. So yeah, got your warranty information, safety information. You know, basically your safety information is don't be an idiot when you're using it, right? This is not anything that's going to hurt you with a GoPro. It's just what you're going to do, what you're going to try to film your video yourself doing while you got your GoPro. So I will be reading over all of this, but I am going to jump out in the yard here in a few minutes and shoot some video just because I know enough about GoPros. I think I'll be okay. What else is in the box? Let's find out. So we got the regular old back door that is open to the air, which will let us get you know, some good audio and lets the GoPro breathe a little as it records. But it does kind of tend to get hot. I didn't probably have to cut that open. So there's that, we see. Very cool, okay. I'll kind of put these things aside as we go. So we got that baby. We have the GoPro itself, which is already inside a case, the regular case. And it looks like it's the same as the old Hero 3 Plus. We have this this version here that kind of pops like that, right? You put your fingers under and pops it out, and it pulls open. Very nice watertight case there. Okay, so the GoPro should just fall right out, right? So there it is. Here it is, the GoPro Hero 4. First time you're seeing it on my channel. And yeah, immediately off the bat, my buddy Rich Cove told me that the battery does load from the bottom, and so you can see that it does. Here again is the battery case. Let's see how it How does it pull itself open here? This is a little, does it push in? Looks like it pushes in. This is always the mystery, isn't it? How do things work the first time? Okay. Push in and pull out. Aha, look at that. Okay, wow, okay, that's kind of spring-loaded. So what you do, you push in like that, and then you pull out like so. And hopefully that's getting really well good there with the GoPro. Move this box out of the way for a minute. So again, it looks like it does it just like that. Sweet. And as far as our battery, the same as the old GoPro battery. You know, before I even dig in here and find their battery, well, let's go ahead and find out. Let's just dump everything out. Box is empty now at this point, so we'll put this aside. And so it looks like it comes with a few little attachments for positioning your GoPro, turning it left or right. Yeah, that's decent. Not as much stuff as the original GoPros came with. There's, you know, a mount that looks like it's typical of any other mount. Your USB cable with the standard end on it here, the mini, not the micro, but the mini. And it comes with a couple of stick-on mounts. Not nearly as much peripheral stuff as you used to get with the Hero 3, is it? That's all right, though. I'll just cut this baby open. So yeah, we've all seen those before. Standard GoPro mount. Sticks on to whatever you're going to stick it onto. A lot of times I'll stick it on glass on my windshield and then take it off by just kind of working it with the edge of a knife like that. So yeah, all the typical stuff, curved mount if you're going to put it on a helmet, something like that. So not as much, but the camera itself is supposed to be fantastic. How does it feel without a battery? It feels actually a little bit lighter. That's just my opinion now, than the old GoPro. We do have the new button on the side over here, which is like a tool button. Maybe we can get to things quicker. I'm going to segue through all the... So now instead of two buttons, and you know, one of them being a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or whatever, you've got the mode in the front, you've got the record on top, then you have this other button here on the side. So let's look at this battery right quick. Okay. And that's the one thing, it's not hermetically sealed. That does not look like a typical... You know, this is one thing that's going to tick some people off. Look at that. It's got this edge on it. This is not the GoPro battery that we've seen in the past. There are old GoPro batteries. We can't just stick them in there, can we? See that? That is not the typical GoPro battery. You've got this little edge on it here. So it looks to me like you got to put it in there and then hook the thing up and charge it. So I can see what happens here. On the inside, we have this new little place there where this thing, this little knob that sticks out, the little charging heads, or I guess the little contact points, will go right in there and touch on those. So I'm going to go straight in. It looks like you do the GoPro battery this way with the label, the GoPro logo this way. It goes in and down. It looks like it seats pretty well, and you close it up. It looks about the same size, but I swear it feels lighter to me. So what we're going to do, we're going to go charge this baby. We're going to mount it up to something. We're going to go shoot some video, and I'll report back to you here in just a minute. Okay, so folks, I did go out in the yard, and I've already posted some of the videos that I shot with the GoPro Hero 4. What did I do today? I don't want to do a full review yet, so this is more like initial impressions, and I'm going to give you some things I like and don't like already about it. First of all, I don't know that I do like the way they did the battery. I guess it's logical. I just don't know how you're going to do extended batteries. I'm sure you're going to have to attach a backpack battery on the back. And it still had the backpack thing on here. I didn't mention when I talked earlier about that, and I pulled the little thing off. I almost never put these little covers back on because dust really doesn't get up in there very much, but there's where you got your USB and your HDMI, and your card goes in there. You have to buy your own card. I did buy one of the 64 gig 633 time Lexars, which were on their website. They're only selling 32 gig ones on the website. I went to Amazon, got the 64. It works fantastically. What do I think? Well, I've been posting some videos, and the thing I'm finding out is, of course, YouTube just does not handle some of this video as well as I'd like for it to. How does it look? Fantastic. The 1080p at 120 is pretty cool. I did shoot some balloons, and I've already posted some videos of that. I'd like to shoot something a little better than the balloons. It was just a big watery mess. I think I'm going to shoot maybe some apples again, or somebody suggested eggs. Yeah, I think did the first GoPro egg shooting video a couple years ago, and so I might do an egg again or something else. Would be really kind of cool and messy to see it explode. So 120 frames per second, 30 at 1080p looks really nice. The 4K at 30 is pretty spectacular. Once again, I uploaded it to YouTube, decimated it with artifacts and stuff. It's just not, 4K is not really well deliverable via YouTube yet. I think we're going to have new codecs soon. I believe we are, and I think that 4K will be, very easy to deliver on YouTube soon, or at least other online streaming ways. It's worth it. It's worth seeing. It's pretty awesome. By far the best thing that I like about it right now is the nighttime shooting a time lapse of stars. I shot some time lapses, or one time lapse tonight. I'm going to go out and shoot some more. That is great. It is really beautiful. It looks gorgeous on your screen when you got it rendered out, and you can see the full resolution version of it. Top notch. What do I not like about it? Well, I mentioned the battery, the fact that you're going to have to go for new batteries and all that. But the number one thing is the navigation is just so alien to me now. Certain things are easy to find. Again, there are certain things they've done with the navigation that is pretty cool. I'm going to do a navigation video too at some point. But then some things are just not intuitive at all. Finding out how to do the time lapse was a pain in the butt. So I spent some time trying to learn the new menus. It's kind of backward from what you've done in the past. I'm sure that maybe they've ergonomically tried it, and I'm sure they've done studies, and once I get used to it, it'll be just fine. But right now, I'm not happy too much about the way it navigates. It's not so bad, though. It's just, it's unexpected, a bit different. You're so used to doing it one way, now you got to switch over to the other way. But the video looks really, really good. And I'm going to try all the other things. The audio, okay, here's the other thing. I will say this. I just think the audio is maybe marginally better, just a tiny bit more than the Hero 3 Plus. One of my subscribers, Danny Fife, who is always, always shares his opinion. He says that the Hero 3 Plus blows it away. I think, yeah, he's probably right. Just initially listen to it. The thing I did listen to as a musician when I played it back is the fact that everything's real even over the entire sort of spectrum. Spectrum is the wrong word to use. Frequency bandwidth range of audio. When you pull it up in Adobe Audition, it looks a little flatter. So I would say that it's probably designed to be that way so you can EQ it better. It really seems to sound pretty good. The only thing I thought that the gain was low, and maybe the gain is low. I'm thinking because they don't want you to peak out. If you're going to be using this thing for going to shoot concerts and stuff, you'll be in some loud situations if you're recording your band with it. So yeah, it could be, I think, better audio when you work with the audio. So I still don't think it's going to match up to what you get when you shoot with an or when you're recording with one of these little guys. Or this is my favorite. I think these things just sound really great. These are the old Zoom H2. They have an H2N or an H3 or something now. They have H4s, good grief. These things sound great, and they're worth having if you want your audio to sound really fantastic. So this is just initial impressions. I'm going to do a full review next week because I don't want to jump into it. I don't want to act like I know everything about it right off the bat. I know I've had the thing for 12 hours. So stay tuned for more if you want to learn about the Hero 4, the ins and outs, and I'll try to be as honest about it as I possibly can. It's got a lot of promise. I look forward to seeing what other. I figure they'll probably spring some more fields of view on us a little later. I really wish there were a medium field of view for 4K. It's all still just wide. And I realize, that's because really 4K is what it really is, and the 2.7K is probably the narrow version of that, isn't it? I've not shot 2.7K 50 yet. I said I was going to, but I haven't yet. But yeah, all in all, it looks like it's a very nice camera with some good features. The added exposure, shooting in ProTune. That's what I did tonight when I shot the time lapse at night. It was ProTune. Looks great. Frame rates are really awesome. People are going to do some incredible, cool video with this. Peace to everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll report back to you with the entire review soon.